Welcome to Kenya Houses Investments Company Limited. Here where we are at the drilling site. We are at Esarunoto village, Imbuko location, Mashuru sub-location or sub-county. That is Kajiado County, Kenya. As a company, we do house financing, house construction, including that is house planning. Some of our services also include water drilling services. So we are located in Eldoret, that is along E10 or Elgeyo Road, and you can visit us in our offices. We operate countrywide across the country and also in other parts of Africa, like in Tanzania, we are available, in South Sudan, Congo Kinshasa, Rwanda, Burundi, and also Somalia, and also other parts of Africa. We can see also some of our friends in Morocco that are asking for our services, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Nigeria, Niger, and other parts of Africa. We as a company also, we work and also we partner with other companies of the same interests of our services. So coming to our services, that is house construction, house financing and house construction. Today we want to talk about water drilling services. In water drilling, here we have our staff. Water drilling, it is a process. It's not a one event work. It's a process that involves several steps and procedures. The first thing in water drilling is to do hydrogeological survey, so that the report can come out to guide how the drilling should be conducted. Hydrogeological survey, it is a scientific process done by the experts who have learned at a higher level about geological conditions of the soil. What is survey? What is hydrogeological survey? What is geology? Geology, it is a field studied which involve rock formation and water. That is about soil formations, rock formations, and also about water circulation and water formations about the earth, that is the sand. This geological also, there are the people, or it's also applied in mining areas, also mining industry, apart from water drilling industry. So we need you need an expert as a geologist to conduct a survey at a particular place in your land using the machines. The machines, you may use the PQWT, or you can also use the terameter. You can also use the IODM. We have various machines that any person can use to detect where water is. When it comes to machine also, it depends with the area. Let me take example of Kenya and Morocco. Now, in Kenya, it is mostly, the larger part of Kenya is vegetarian. That is, it experiences rainfalls season to season. But there's also some parts of Kenya like Turkana, and also north parts of Kenya, that is Garissa, Wajir, and also Marsabit, that it's somehow semi-arid. Such areas, we use different machine. It's a PQWT, but different, somehow different, so that it can detect water accuracy in regarding to or with the conditions of the soil in that particular place. Places like Morocco, Mali, Tunisia, those are the experience. Some of the areas in those countries, they have it is arid areas. That is semi-arid and also arid areas. In those areas also we use special machines. It's not just PQWT. It's not just terameter machine. But if it comes to terameter, we also have the specific type of the machine that is conducted at a certain place. It depends on the place. So in water drilling, once you have done the survey, various countries, every country has got different regulations and the procedures on how to regularize the ball or the project. For example, in Kenya, once you do the conducting of the water survey, you present the report to the government agency that is that has a mandatory to regulate and also offer the permits. There's also an issue of coming up with a hydrological survey report. That is the EIA. Once you have compiled all those two reports, then you submit the government agencies. The government agencies may be the Ministry of Water under the body called WARMA. Also, the government agencies can be also NEMA, that's under Ministry of Environment. Also, the government agency can be the county. Those are the most government agencies that anyone should comply with. To have a machine like this one, as a driller or a contractor or as a company, you should also have a license to drill boreholes. The license comes with classes, different classes, depending on the depth and the magnitude of the work that you supposed to undertake. So, why do we conduct the hydrological survey report? We conduct the hydrological survey report to come to know or to understand the soil formation of a particular place, to know the water table, that is. Also, we conduct the hydrological survey to understand the nature and the type of the soil that is around the place. Maybe it's clay soil, loam soil, red soil. We also conduct the hydrological survey to comply with the government regulations, so that the borehole for the government can be regulated. So why do we comply with the government? If the land is yours, why should I pay the government for the permit? That is also another question that most people have been asking, that why should I pay the government and the land is mine as a client? I'm the one who is paying for the water drilling, I'm the one who is paying for the construction. Why should I pay to the government for it to give me the permit? As a government, in every country, the government has got regulations, and these regulations comes in different forms. For example, in Kenya, mostly we inherited the law from England, that is the Queen's England. And in those times, we used to have the fiduciary people, or the feuds, who were given the land by the king. The land was belonging to the kings. During those pre-colonial period, the land belonged to the kings. And these kings, they were giving portions of land to barons. Those are people who were given huge land to use. And these barons, they were also giving some jobs to laborers. So the barons were giving back some taxes to the kings for the sake of the land. And also the workers, the laborers, were also being paid by the barons, and also, or the landlords. And also there is a tax they were giving to the landlords. Those are the historical factors under the period called Magna Carta. For those who understand the period or the history, I think you may understand with me. So these laws were inherited from the England to us here, to Africans, and we still have up to date. Leave alone about the England law, but also let us come to the religious books, our holy books, the Quran and the Bible. For example, when God made Adams, the first human beings, starting to live in this world, according to the histories, after giving birth to Abel and Cain, there is that contribution of harvest they were giving to God in every season. You must give. And this giving, it's like you are paying back to your creator. You are paying back to a regulator. Remember, those days we had no government. So you are paying back to the creator according to your harvest, according to your earnings. And you can find that Cain was punished by God for not giving out the correct measure of the harvest. I think coming with that scenario up to Abraham generation, you find that it came out like the people were coming into organized manner, and we had the kings, we had the leaders, and those kings, they formed the government, and they formed a regulation whereby in every harvest that you are doing, there is a submission that you are supposed to go to the government as a taxes, apart from that gives to God. So for those people who are asking about why do I pay for the government permit and the land is mine, these things are historical before then. Lastly, it is the government that gives and regulates the land. You saying that the land is mine, what shows? It could be, maybe you have a title deed. What shows that you are Mr. Eric, or you are Mr. John, or you are Mr. Evans, or you are Madam Mary? What shows? Maybe you have a document, the national ID. That national ID is from the government. That title deed that you are holding to show that that land is yours, that document is from the government. Also, if you are given birth, you must be given a birth certificate. There's a registration. If you want to be buried, there is a burial permit. You find that you have died, somebody has died and is within this land, but you need a permit from the government for you to be buried. So these things interchange, and that's why we put government first, because the government is the regulator of all the business in any country. I think that question I've answered correctly. For those who have many questions, I think you can follow us back. You can see the website down there. You can dial the number there. You can call us. You can also forward your messages. You can contact us so that you understand better on why do we comply with the government agencies for us to do construction or water drilling or any construction or any water drilling project. Let us proceed to step 2 about water drilling. Now, step 2 or phase 2 or stage 2 is drilling now. Now, how do we do drilling? Drilling, one first of all, involves mobilization. And if I say mobilization, making things together, coordinating with the staffs here. I can see this is the mechanic, our mechanic. On this side, this is our cook or our chef. This is our senior driver, also part of the driller. This is also the welder in terms of fabrication of metals, and if there is some problems, these are the subordinate staffs to support. There's also driller to control the machine. If I say mobilization, I mean making sure that everything is in order. If you look on the other side, you can see there's our lorry there with our working equipments. There's our lorry there with the working equipments. We have the generator down there, the generator. We have got also the pipes. We have got the drums for water. If you go the other side, there is utensils for cooking, water and usage. That lorry also, we have our beddings inside. That's also our house for beddings. And if you look at this side, we have got the machineries, the rig itself. This is the drilling machine. Those are we call mobilization, and making teamwork to be together. Mobilization, making sure that everything that is needed is together and it's ready. So mobilization, that is secondly, borehole setting. When the machine comes to the site, you do the setting, is it? Yes, you do the setting of the machine to the point where the hydraulicist has pointed. That's the second thing. Then thirdly, you switch the rig on. Now you start doing the drilling. When you do the drilling, that rig, that hammer, a hammer is that part, the lowest end part of that machine that drills is called hammer. Not hammer that our mason uses, no. But a hammer is also referred to as that part that it used to drill. So when you do drilling, in that process of the drilling, you move layer to the layer of soil, and that layer of the soil, we collect the sample as you go deeper, and as you pass layer to the layer of the soil, you collect the soil sampling. This is called soil sampling. So as you drill, you do soil sampling. Also, when you do drill, you will get water in different layers until you get that water that is required. So once you drill the machine, we do flashing and drilling, flashing also cleaning the borehole, flashing and drilling of the cleaning of the borehole. Then Looking at the soil formation, the way you have drilled, there is a place whereby you must do the surface casing for you to proceed. Surface casing, what's surface casing? Surface casing is where you install either a steel pipe or a plastic pipe to prevent the soil from collapsion. So that's the surface casing. So you do the surface casing, and mostly surface casing is around 10 inch. This is the example of surface casing. This is the example of surface casing. Is around 10 inches in diameter. There's also another surface casing for the starting. This is around 12 inches or 14. This also surface casing. So surface casing is a type of the casing. Casing is a pipe. To case is to pipe. To case is to protect. If you go to dictionary meaning, so when you do casing, you are protecting, you are preventing so from collapsing. These are we do those are the piping. So we do surface casing, we do soil sampling. This is something that we use it for soil sampling. You put the first layer of the soil here. As you go, gives you direction of where water is. So those are soils these are table like to put the soil sampling. So we do soil sampling, flushing, drilling, cleaning, bore setting, bore development. Once the bore is complete, we do bore development. That's the grouting, and also working with some masonry there to make sure the bore is okay. And also we do the sealing once the bore is okay. Different forms of soil formation makes us to do the casings, and how many casings are they supposed to be done. It depends with the soil formation. Also graveling. Gravels are those small particular sand particles from the river. We usually put around the casing. One is to sieve, kuchunga maji, to sieve water from the walls of the borehole to the borehole. Number one. Number two is to maintain those casing to be strong. Right? Those are gravels. So another question is this: is it a must for the whole bowl to be cased? No, I can say that's not a must, because when you're drilling at a moram formed soil or very rocky soil, it's not a must for you to do the casing. You can only do the surface casing, that is the upper part. But if you are drilling in a place where there is too much loose soil, like at the river, where there is too much black cotton soil or clay soils or loose soil, or soil formation is somehow volcanoceous or volcanic soil formation, then you must insert the casing. Now, casing comes with different prices. Drilling comes with different prices. There's some boreholes that when you drill, there is water. Then these boreholes, the recharge rate is too low, whereby it takes like at least 30 minutes for the borehole to recharge. Then you pump water. Once the water has ended from the borehole, then you wait for 30 minutes. Those boreholes are there. It doesn't mean that there's no water, but that is the soil formation of that place. The boreholes are rechargeable. There are those places that water is continuous in well form. That is, whenever you pump water, the water is always there. So that is also according to the soil formation in that place. Because also when you get the water table, which is sufficient for human being and also for the client and also for the use, you are advised to stop at that point. When you dip more and more, you may encounter a challenge that may be costly to mitigate. The challenge could be maybe water may be contaminated with too much ions. You may strike an aquifer that can produce unwanted quality of water that's not good for human consumption. So once you drill at a particular point and you test the water is sufficient and the water is okay, then you are advised to stop there. If the agreement is reading 120 meters, it depends on the agreement. But professionally, you have gone to drill a human usage water, a human consumption water. You are not going to drill depth. So that's our focus. Our focus is we are going to drill water for human consumption, sufficient water for human consumption. and also for agriculture, for farming, and for domestic use. That's our core vision when we come to drilling. It's not the depth. That's why we have packages in different places. We have various price packages that we charge according to the location, right? So I've explained about phase 1, that is the documentation. Phase 2, I've explained about the drilling. Let us go to phase 3. Welcome to phase 3, about the water drilling. Phase 3, we have said phase 1 is that is survey and documentations. Number 2 is the drilling. Number 3, now we come to pump installation. Now, how do we equip the pump? How does the pump look like? Now, when we do inserting the pump, this borehole is around 6 inches in diameter or 8 inches in diameter. So there is that cylindrical pump. It's cylindrical, a thermos-like pump we insert, and this pump can use either the electricity or the solar energy. So this pump, it comes with it must have the pump itself, submersible pump, the motor, number 2. Number 3, it should also have the hybrid inverter if it is using the solar. The hybrid inverter, the work of a hybrid inverter on a solar system pump is to convert the solar energy into the AC, from the DC to AC energy. That is from the solar energy to electric energy. That's the work of the hybrid inverter. You also need the submersible cables. That is, there are 3 types of submersible cables that you need on the pump. 1 is the underground cable, 2 is the submersible cable, and lastly is the ordinary cable that connects to the solar or the switch or to the hybrid inverter. Also, you need the float switch, that is FLOAT, float switch, which controls when you are pumping water, the levels of water. It can switch off the pump automatically or it can switch on. You also need the pipes, the special UPVC pipes of 1 1/4 inch that you connect to the pump, drawing down to the underground with the pump, which when the pump works, the water comes in up the ground, then it connects to the tank. Those are the special UPVC pipes. We also need, if you are using the solar pump, you also need solar panels. The number of the panels I may not know until I get the data about the borehole. Also, you need to get we have got the header, we have got the borehole cover about when it comes to pump installation. We also have the control panel. The control panel also have the AVS, the automatic voltage switch. So those are the equipments that are connected. They come as a complete set for the pump. The pricings, until I get the data formation about the borehole, is when we can come up with the pricings. So that has been about the phase 3. Phase 4, now that you have inserted the pump, either electric pump or solar pump, now you need water to go to the tank. You cannot get water directly from the pump with a cap. You need this water to drain to the tank so that you can get water to the tank. So you need tank connections. You also need tower. Why do you need tower? Most cases in plumbing industry, and also the theory of water and flow information, the law of physics, the higher the level, the higher the pressure. So when tank is up, water from the tank will come faster with the pressure going and circulating to every places. So you need a tower raised to the tank so that water can come from the borehole, from the pump to the tank. So you need the water tower and also the tank. These things you can do it in phases. It depends with how financial capacity or capability you have. Lastly, we as a company, Kenya Houses, we are available, we are convenient, we are professional, and we use also other companies. We partner with other companies across the world to do projects, to do house construction, and to do water drilling. We also do trainings of our staffs seasonally to equip with the current trends in the industry. We also train, we also motivate our staff. We also have the mechanism. We have machineries. This is the company that have got the machineries, well-equipped machineries that can work efficiently. We are resources and capital base to undertake any particular job that is needed within the country and even out of the country. We ensure our staffs. We make sure that our staff are insured and their welfare is well taken care of. We motivate our staff so that they are competent enough to compete with the current world trends. As a company, we have organized our system where somebody can pay in installments and he can afford. We understand that water drilling is very expensive, yes. It's very complex, yes. But we are trying to make it very simple at a very affordable budget. We welcome all the clients. We welcome all partners. We welcome all people who are interested in water drilling and house construction to come to us. We understand that life is difficult. Life is difficult, but it cannot be so difficult when we are here, because we can come together and negotiate on how you can pay so that we can drill for you water or we can construct a house for you wherever you are. For those who are asking questions and quotations, we can give you the quotation through your email, through your WhatsApp messages, so that we can chat and also we can give you more and more information. We charge quotations. For those who want the quotations for water drilling, even house constructions, we charge for those quotations. The information about water drilling and how it goes about, you can get it from our YouTube channel, from our social media platforms. That is as Kenya Houses Investments Limited. If you search from the Facebook page, from our Instagram, from our TikTok, from our YouTube channel, you can get our services. You can get our information about there. You can also search us from the website that's on the video there. Also, you can call us. But if you want the quotations for water drilling, then we request the client kindly. There are some charges we shall charge you, because to come up with the document, it means somebody to sit down and document for you, and it can go with you through for you to understand. Remember, water drilling and also house construction is expensive. And if it's expensive, it means that you want to spend your shilling, you want to invest to your shilling. So if you want the quotations from us, there is some amount of Kenya shillings we shall charge you for you to pay for us to give you the quotations. Okay? That money also shows that you are serious and you are also a serious investor. There are those who like cyberbullying, and also they want some services, our knowledgeable services, free of charge. No, please, making this video and going to worldwide, that is going viral, is very difficult. It is expensive, and we would like you to support us. So for those who like our services, come to us very clean, very transparently. Say that the budget that I have, if we can support you with that budget, and this is how you would like to pay. We shall take you through, we shall guide you, we shall give you the quotations so that we can move together.